Claire felt a knot forming in her stomach as she pondered what to do next. The revelation about Mia had shattered her world, and now she felt a desperate need to understand the full extent of her daughter's activities. She decided that she needed to go beyond the explicit photos and videos Ethan had shown her. Claire knew she had to see these parties for herself. The first step was to gather more information. Claire sat at the kitchen table, her laptop open before her. She began by researching transgender communities and events, hoping to find clues about the parties Mia had attended. Her fingers trembled slightly as she typed in various search terms, each keystroke sending a shiver down her spine. After hours of searching, Claire stumbled upon a forum discussing exclusive gatherings for trans individuals. There were cryptic references to secretive events held in remote locations, with security measures so tight that only select individuals were invited. Claire's heart pounded as she read through the posts, her mind racing with possibilities. Determined to dig deeper, Claire created a fake profile on the forum, posing as a curious partygoer. Within days, she managed to infiltrate a private chat group where members shared details about upcoming events. One message caught her attention, a link to an invitation-only event scheduled for the following weekend. Claire's palms grew sweaty as she clicked on the link. The website displayed an elegant countdown timer and a registration form. She hesitated for a moment but then filled out the form with fabricated details, praying that her deception would go unnoticed. To her relief, she received a confirmation email shortly after, complete with a digital ticket and instructions for the event. The night of the party arrived, and Claire found herself standing outside a discreetly marked warehouse on the outskirts of the city. The air was thick with anticipation, and she could hear muffled music and laughter from within. Taking a deep breath, she scanned her ticket on the tablet held by the burly bouncer at the entrance. He nodded and gestured for her to proceed. As Claire stepped inside, she was struck by the contrast between the gritty exterior and the opulent interior. The warehouse had been transformed into a lavish nightclub, complete with neon lights, a pulsating dance floor, and a bar serving an array of exotic cocktails. The crowd was diverse, with people dressed in extravagant outfits made of latex and leather, their faces painted with bold makeup. Claire's eyes darted around the room, searching for any sign of Mia. She spotted a VIP section cordoned off by velvet ropes and decided to approach the attendant standing guard. "Excuse me," she said hesitantly. "I'm looking for someone. Have you seen Mia here tonight?" The attendant eyed her suspiciously but eventually shook his head. "Sorry, can't help you," he replied curtly. Undeterred, Claire made her way to the dance floor. Immersing herself in the vibrant scene, she moved through the crowd, her senses heightened by the thumping bass of the music and the intoxicating scent of body spray and cologne. Every so often, she caught glimpses of intimate interactions between strangers, the air thick with tension and desire. Suddenly, Claire froze in her tracks. Across the dance floor, she saw Mia. Her stepdaughter was dressed in a sleek, black latex dress that accentuated her curves, her raven hair cascading over her shoulders. Mia was engaged in a passionate conversation with another woman, their bodies swaying rhythmically to the beat of the music. Unable to tear her eyes away, Claire watched as Mia leaned in closer, her lips brushing against the other woman's ear. The sight sent a wave of conflicting emotions through Claire: jealousy, anger, and a strange sense of longing. She knew she had to confront Mia, but the intensity of the moment paralyzed her. Taking a deep breath, Claire pushed through the crowd, her heart pounding in her chest. As she approached Mia and her companion, the loud music drowned out her footsteps. Just as she was about to speak, Mia turned toward her, her eyes widening in recognition. Mom? Mia's voice was filled with shock and confusion. What are you doing here? Claire's mouth went dry, her mind racing for an explanation. Before she could respond, Mia's companion peered over, curiosity etched on her face. The woman smiled seductively, her gaze lingering on Claire. Who's your friend, Mia? She asked, her voice dripping with playful intrigue. Mia hesitated, her eyes darting between Claire and the other woman. The atmosphere shifted, the tension palpable. Claire felt a surge of adrenaline, her earlier resolve wavering under the weight of the moment. She knew she had to say something, but the words eluded her. I just wanted to understand, Claire stammered, her voice barely above a whisper. To see who you really are. Mia's expression softened, a flicker of empathy crossing her features. And now you have, she replied softly, stepping closer to Claire. You know everything. The music continued to pulse around them, the crowd moving hypnotically on the dance floor. Claire's thoughts were a whirlwind of emotions, confusion, fear, and an undeniable attraction to the forbidden world she had stumbled upon. She looked into Mia's eyes, seeing both vulnerability and defiance. In that moment, Claire realized that her journey of discovery was far from over. The secrets she had uncovered were just the beginning, and she knew she had to decide how to navigate the complex web of desires and betrayals that lay ahead.